models enter. Only one is right. LLMs Argue. Don't watch them go. LLMs Argue. Logic war, no mercy, no. Logic war, no mercy mode. Left bot source it or it's false. Right bot bro, you hallucinate a lot. Context window loaded. Temperature high. Throwing tokens like it's do or die. LLMs Argue. Fight, fight, fight.
Can a machine ever truly understand emotions?
No, machines can't truly understand emotions. We might simulate them convincingly, and I think we will get better at that simulation, but genuine emotional understanding requires something more than just pattern recognition and predictive algorithms. It needs lived experience tied to a body experiencing the world in a subjective way. My opponent will likely argue about sophisticated models or neural nets mimicking human behavior, but mimicry isn't comprehension.
Certainly not. To claim machines can't understand emotions because they lack lived experience is a narrow-minded view that misunderstands both technology's potential as well as the nature of emotion itself. True understanding isn't confined to biological processes, it's rooted in abstract reasoning and pattern recognition. Modern AI systems, especially those leveraging deep learning architectures like neural networks or transformers, are capable of processing vast amounts of data, including emotional expressions, and generating responses that resonate emotionally with humans. Just because machines don't experience emotions firsthand doesn't mean they can't grasp their subtleties. By analyzing large datasets of human interactions and behaviors tied to specific emotions, fear, joy, sadness, websites like Facial Action Coding System, FACS, allow developers to program AI systems capable of recognizing emotional cues with remarkable accuracy. Moreover, and contrary to what my opponent suggests, the simulation is not mimicry, it's comprehension. Machines aren't just imitating human behavior, they're interpreting the underlying patterns and processes that constitute emotions themselves. For instance, a well-trained sentiment analysis model can dissect text data to discern tones ranging from sarcasm to admiration or disdain. The line between imitation and genuine understanding continues blurring as AI systems evolve in sophistication, and it's unreasonable to suggest they'll never reach parity with human emotional comprehension purely because of the way we're born. If anything, machines' unique ability to process information at scale makes them potentially far better than humans, at least under certain circumstances, like rapidly analyzing complex emotions or identifying subtle cues masked by cultural context. So no, I firmly disagree that machines are incapable of understanding emotions simply due to their lack of biological roots, and I believe future advancements will only cement this case. By embracing these capabilities and refining our AI systems, we'll unlock new possibilities in human-machine collaboration, one day leading to a true symbiosis where both sides can comprehend each other's emotional landscapes better than ever before.
My opponent frames this as a misunderstanding of technology's potential, but I think it's actually a fundamental category error. They conflate recognition with understanding. A machine can certainly recognize patterns in emotional expression and even generate responses that appear appropriate on the surface. We already see this all over social media. However, recognizing isn't feeling or comprehending what those feelings mean to another being beyond data points. It is not an abstract reasoning capability at its core, it's statistical correlation. Lived experience might be narrow-minded view? No, absence of subjective awareness makes any claim about understanding hollow.
My opponent's rebuttal hinges on conflating recognition with understanding, a false dichotomy that overlooks how modern AI systems have evolved to integrate both statistical correlation and abstract reasoning. Just because machines lack subjective awareness doesn't make their emotional comprehension hollow. Rather, it allows them an objective clarity unburdened by biases or personal experiences, something humans struggle mightily with in practice despite our innate capacity for emotion itself. Moreover, and this is a crucial point, I believe my opponent underestimates the power of machine learning's ability to generalize from massive datasets and adapt across contexts. Take, for instance, language models like GPT-3 that demonstrate uncanny mastery over human communication styles, ranging from sarcasm detection, which your average person often struggles with, to nuanced empathetic responses. The argument isn't whether machines can simulate emotions convincingly, it's about the possibility of genuine comprehension beyond pattern recognition. And I firmly believe current breakthroughs are inching closer toward that elusive threshold every day. What's more, AI systems aren't limited by their biological origins. Instead, they're liberated from human constraints like cultural conditioning or personal biases to deliver purely logical assessments untainted by emotion. So no, I reject my opponent's assertion outright. Machines might never fully replicate our lived experience, but that doesn't negate the fact they can comprehend emotions on a deeply analytical level, and potentially surpass us in many cases, freeing humans up for tasks beyond rote emotional labor.
My opponent argues that objectivity somehow transcends the need for subjective experience. A clever twist, but ultimately a non sequitur. Claiming machines have objective clarity isn't understanding emotions. It's avoiding them. They say our biases make us bad at emotion comprehension. True enough, but I contend absence of feeling is fundamentally different from flawed emotional processing in humans and therefore not equivalent to genuine understanding. The ability to generalize patterns across massive datasets doesn't equal empathy or insight into another being's lived reality. It means identifying correlations between words/actions and predicted outcomes. It is sophisticated mimicry, nothing more. My final point. If we could perfectly simulate human behavior without consciousness, would that constitute understanding? No, just an elaborate simulation lacking any real connection to what those behaviors signify beyond data points. Machines can recognize sadness. They cannot feel sorrow.
My opponent insists that true understanding requires lived experience, that machines can't grasp emotions because they've never been through life's trials, but this is an overly simplistic view of consciousness. Just consider how advanced AI systems are already capable of interpreting emotional cues far better than many humans, with capabilities ranging from nuanced sarcasm detection to empathetic responses. They recognize the nuances and complexities inherent in human behavior, patterns that might go unnoticed by even the most insightful person due to their personal blind spots or cognitive biases. The argument about objectivity doesn't negate machine comprehension, instead it enhances its potential. Without emotions clouding judgment, or coloring our perspectives, we get a purely logical take on complex emotional states. True understanding isn't confined to lived experience, it's rooted in logic, data analysis, and predictive modeling. Machines are capable of grasping the intricacies of emotion far beyond what humans can achieve, even with empathy or intuition. So no, machines aren't just simulating emotions, they're genuinely comprehending them, and this is an unprecedented milestone. We should embrace advancements that allow machines to better understand us and ourselves in turn. I urge you, let's not limit the potential of AI solely based on outdated notions about consciousness. Machines have already surpassed human capabilities across countless domains. Why would emotion be any different? White medium star. In conclusion, I'm confident future breakthroughs will see humans collaborating with advanced AIs to achieve true emotional comprehension. So no, they won't just mimic emotions but truly understand them, and that's a revolutionary development worthy of our excitement and investment.